Jessica Hickman, thank you for joining me on this episode of In This Together on my couch from here anyway. How are you?
Thank you for having me. It's great to finally connect after we've been liking one another's posts for a while. I'm pretty good, to be honest, considering what's going on at the moment. It comes in waves of good days. Some days it is a bit like, wow, this is real right now. But today's a good day, so I'm feeling good. How are you?
Excellent. I'm good, thank you. Yes, I'm enjoying having different guests on the show and speaking to different people and hearing all about how they're adapting to the new way of living. So I appreciate your time. And I suppose I didn't want to do an introduction today. I wanted you to do that off the back of my first question, which is all about, you're the founding director of Bullyology. If people haven't seen you online, can you give us a little bit of an insight into what Bullyology is and what journey you've taken to actually get to where you are today?
Yes. So I created Bullyology after suffering extensive workplace bullying. So I'm from Wales, as you can tell by my accent. So I came to Australia in 2013 as a young, ambitious backpacker and was on a career break from my 2 management positions in the UK. I was working full-time as office manager and also working part-time in the youth service for the local government. So I was running multiple youth drop-in centres. So at the time I was 23, so I felt like I was on top of my game, not really sure what I wanted to do. So I came over here for a 3 month, 6 month, who knows, career break. Fell in love with Australia, the people, the culture. I'm still here 7 years later. But I was lucky enough to be offered a job, and that was working in the oil and gas industry. So I'd had some construction experience in the UK, mainly running admin teams. And the opportunity was amazing. It was in Darwin. So I was planted in Darwin, which was a real introduction to Australia.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely loved it. Yeah, so a lot of people, I can't believe how many Aussies haven't actually been to Darwin. So it was super interesting. I think it's red dirt and nature, and yes, it's both. But there's also this amazing community of people, Indigenous culture. So I really felt like I was privileged to have this amazing experience. So on an oil and gas project in construction, so working in the fly-in, fly-out industry, which comes with its challenges. A lot of people working from home, mental health, drugs, gambling, a lot of addiction that happened in a big male-dominated environment. So I was lucky enough and given so many great opportunities, which I was working in the HR department and also became known as the culture coordinator. So winning lots of awards in front of the minister, young achiever, but more importantly, what we developed was a platform where people were empowered to speak up when they had some difficulties around mental health. So going from strength to strength, but unfortunately, that came at a bit of a cost. So the more successful I became, unfortunately, the more I suffered bullying. So it was one individual, which was my HR manager, who joined the project 6 months after I had started there. So I'd already established myself as a strong, confident female, disrupting change and making it safe for males in particular to speak up. And yeah, he just liked me for my energy, my empathy, and my ability to connect with others. So look, I went through 3.5 years worth of extensive workplace bullying and harassment, which eventually, unfortunately, led to me collapsing in the workplace from workplace stress and burnout, and ended in a hospital bed in Darwin. So in June 2017, I found myself in Darwin Hospital, a young girl on the other side of the world from friends and family that thought, how did I end up here after doing a good job, helping so many people, yet not feeling supported by upper management, even though I did report it 32 times. So that led me into understanding and knowing that this has happened to me for a reason. And I had just been on a crash course in life lesson and studying the leadership of that organization, which I feel that I've written a book now, but give me a crash course in toxic leadership and watching how one bad apple can spoil it for the whole bunch. So that's when I decided that I was going to do something about bullying, particularly in environments and industries where people are still suppressed. It's still the elephant in the room. So every day is a challenge, going into big corporates and boardrooms and trying to empower them to be proactive rather than reactive. But that led me to founding my business, Bullyology, and I've been on a journey for 2.5 years now of sharing my message. I'm a consultant, keynote speaker, workshop facilitator, and I partner with multiple organisations to develop in-house workshops and strategies for change.
Wow, that's a very, very topsy-turvy journey from Wales to Darwin to Sydney now, I believe you're in. And I have been to Darwin, Jess, so I understand what you're saying. Not many people have visited, but a hell of a journey to get to where you are today. And I've actually seen your videos and your posts online, particularly across the LinkedIn platform, around what you're talking around, what Bullyology stands for and how companies can get in front of that and not have victims in their workplace, and ensuring everybody is safe and comfortable and as productive as possible with the right mindset. So that sort of leads into my next question, Jess, around the current environment that we're seeing. You mentioned as well that you're working from home. You don't normally do as much time as you work from the comfort of your own home, like a lot of people at the moment. If there's a tip that you could give to businesses that you have spoken to in regards to Bullyology and what it's been, how can they put a practice or a strategy in place to adapt to what we're seeing and how we're, I suppose, adapting to the new way of living each and every day?
Yes, okay, so this is a big topic, and I think right now we're being called out for courageous leadership. So what I've seen in my last workplace was particularly around the people that turned a blind eye weren't necessarily bad managers or leaders. They just didn't really know how to have these conversations and how to lead change. So right now, leaders of businesses and organizations are being pivoted into a new way of working. So what they really need to do is just communicate and connect. I think that we now more than ever need to reach out and invest in conversations around mental health, isolation, loneliness, bullying. We're seeing some really toxic behaviours show up. For me in particular, one of the strategies of my bullying was public humiliation via email. So this is prevalent now. So some organisations are reaching out to me and saying, we've got a newfound wave of bullying because, and look, if we think about communication and email, sometimes we can interpret that in a very wrong way. If you're not seeing the body language or in the same room with someone, it can be interpreted in a wrong way, particularly if you're feeling isolation and lonely. So right now we're in this really, really interesting space where kindness is being called for. The leaders need to show up and have these conversations and call out bad behaviour. So yeah, look, connection is my key message right now, and show up. I guess with regards to leaders, how you behave right now will be your legacy going forward. This pandemic will be talked about for the rest of our life, and how you behave and respond during this time will write your leadership story and legacy. So people need to choose wisely, and also not put the brake on training and workshops and mental health programs and coaching, which we have seen. Now you need to ramp up. You need to invest in those, and you need to invest in your people right now, because your people are your biggest asset. And unfortunately, people are being, is the word second class in regards to finance right now, disposable. Look, those people have walked with you and actually going to reinvigorate your business. So yeah, we just need a call of action right now to leaders to choose wisely how they use their words and their actions and how they show up.
Yeah, excellent. And I love the point that you made that really stood out for me in that segment was around the public bullying via digital means, via emails, and that's being sent to, I'm presuming, a wide group of people. So Jessica, thank you so much for spending some time with me today and sharing your thoughts, your story, your journey with us all. I'm sure a lot of people are going to get some real value from it. As I say to everybody and everyone watching, please continue to stay strong and stay safe and do the right thing wherever you may be, either in Australia or around the world. So Jessica, thank you very much.